And there is the author. And right before us to give us the lowdown on, okay, look at all this. Game of War, Child of Chaos, House of Prophecy, Realm of Gods, Wrath of Order. I always love meeting independent artists. Introduce yourself, and we're here at East Bay Comic Con.
Hey there, I'm Glen Dahlgren. I'm a local award-winning fantasy author. I actually live in Concord, so it doesn't get any more local than me.
Yep.
But I was in Miami a few years ago where I was at the Reader's Favorite Awards, and that's where I won the medals that you see down there.
Oh, nice.
And I won gold for the first 2 books of the series, which is unheard of. But I also won a bunch of other awards. And the reason that I'm telling you this is not, hey, look how awesome I am. I just want you to know that the books come pre-vetted, meaning if you kind of like fantasy, chances are you're going to love my books. Just like to get that out of the way.
Right on.
So, let me tell you about the world. The world is ruled by the gods of order. They're divided in different aspects like good and evil, law and war, and a bunch of others. They all have temples. And the temples pull from the populace to make their priests. It's really good to be a priest. You get to all the cool magic and everything. Not so good to be the people left behind. They're what's known as faithless, and they have to pay gold up to the temples. If they don't pay enough, they get auctioned off, become property of the temples. Sucks for them. Now, chaos isn't gone. Order locked it away in a vault. It's been and it's been calling its followers too, but everyone who shows up trying to free it, Order kills, leaving thousands of years of bones outside of this vault. However, there's a prophecy. Someone's going to show up, open that vault, release chaos, and change everything. But it's also said that the only one that can open that vault is a god. That is the story of the Child of Chaos. This book took me 20 years to write.
Wow.
Now, it's not the only thing I was doing for those 20 years. I'm also a computer game designer. I design games like Star Trek Online and Wheel of Time and Unreal 2. Even Glee, I've done it all. But in that time, I got to work with world-class fantasy authors like Robert Jordan from Wheel of Time, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman from Dragonlance and Deathgate Cycle, Terry Brooks from Shannara, and even Piers Anthony. Now, I grew up reading Piers Anthony. In high school, he was like my fantasy author hero. So when I finished that book, I really wanted him to read it. So I asked him, and he said, I'm not going to have time to read your book. Even if I did, you wouldn't like what I have to say about it because no one ever does. Mm-hmm. Well, I sent it to him anyway. He read it in one night. And the next day, he sent me this review.
Oh my gosh.
He loved it so much, he gave me my first cover quote. Right there.
Wow.
I don't know if any of you guys have had your childhood hero tell you you did something right, but man, it laid me out. That became a pivotal moment in my life. That and when I won all those awards, it's like, maybe I'm on the right track. Maybe I'm doing something good. Now, there's a character in this book, Child of Chaos. Yeah. His name is Dauntus. He's a priest of war. He's like an action hero. Everybody loves him. He's such a fan favorite, I wrote the prequel about him. And this book has actually won more awards than this one. This actually became such a critical part of the series that you can read these in either order, but you need to read both before moving on to House of Prophecy, which won the American Fiction Award. And then the finale, The Realm of Gods. Reviewers are calling it a masterpiece. Their words, not mine. But in the time it's been out, it's won the American Fiction Award, a Reader's Favorite Medal, the Ozma Fantasy Award, and the Dante Rossetti Grand Prize, which means it beat every YA book, not just fantasy. What's more, the reviewers are calling it a wonderful finale, a great conclusion, but every single one of them wanted more. And I realized I did too. And so, 2 months ago, I released the first in a sequel series of books that takes place 4 years after the events in this book, and that is The Wrath of Order. The critics so far are calling it my best book yet. Okay,
wow.
There's only one more thing I need to tell you.
Yeah, man.
And that is, I was doing a podcast about the Wheel of Time game, and there was someone listening to that podcast. It was the executive producer of the Wheel of Time TV series. He contacted me, and together we relaunched the game. We coincided with the launch of the TV series. But in so doing, he is now evaluating my books for a potential TV series or movie. In fact, I met with him in LA to talk about this. He says he's starting to look for a showrunner, which is awesome news. Not only that, my old boss at Legend, which is where I made those games, he became head of games at Netflix. And he's been shopping my books at Netflix. So you never know. You could have walked into this Comic-Con on the one day I'm signing first edition books that could potentially blow up. And because it's a Comic-Con and not someplace like Barnes & Noble, I actually have the chance to sell directly to you. And in fact, I can through my website as well. And what I'm doing is, if you get the series, I will throw the last book in for free. And that is the best deal I have ever done. And so, there you go.
And the website, just given to...
That is www.glendahlgren.com. And actually, if you can get the QR codes, this one, this was glendahlgren.com. This is actually a short story that you can download on your own, and for free. See if my writing's something you like, and if you do, then you can just go up there and get the rest of the books. And you can get that same deal, the last book, for free, which is a really good deal, and they will come signed.
Thank you so much, Glenn, for your time. And being an artist myself, I really admire your work ethic and your drive, and I can hear the passion in your voice when you talk about it, because the same thing, you know, you got to just care about your art and put it out there, and just get the word out and believe in yourself first. And you're total inspiration to me, man. I can't wait to look into what you do here, and I appreciate your time, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you as well.
Yeah.